So I just got this DNT HYDRA in, and I've been playing with it at the house, just kind of checking out resolution and stuff. I haven't got it mounted on anything yet, and I want to run a couple of experiments with this before I do. So I want to see, because the resolution on this is a 640 by the way, the resolution on this is incredible, and I want to see if I use this as a spotting scope, if the resolution is good enough to pick up the heat signature from the bullet as it travels. So that's what we're going to try today. And then I did do one other thing. I've got a rock face down at 340 yards that I'm going to put a CO2 cartridge on. When a CO2 cartridge releases gas, you know, we've all seen thermal with heat, but when a CO2 cartridge releases gas, it releases that CO2 at about the same temperature as liquid nitrogen would be. So I want to see what 320 below looks like at 340 yards through the HYDRA, and also at 100 yards. It's a small target for 340 yards, so I might hit it, I might not. And then the other test that we'll do today is see if it's picking up heat trace at, you know, different yardages. So that'll probably just be shooting into some rock face or whatever. But we'll I'm gonna get a quick zero real quick. I've got a new load that I'm running some 175 Burger OTM tacticals. We'll see how they shoot. So I'm just going to do a quick 3-shot zero, and then we'll get going, see if this is going to pick up some trace. All right, so we did 4 shots total. This was off camera. My first shot was a mil right, so I brought it in a mil left. And then we did a 3-shot group, which is kind of clover-leafed right here. So it looks like the rifle does like the 175 Burgers. And I'm going to call that a good enough zero. We're just a little bit high on that. I'll bring that down later, but that's going to work for right now. And then what I did is I just duct taped the CO2 cartridge on this target. So when we get back to the bench, we'll take a crack at that CO2 cartridge. I'm going to record that through the HYDRA and see what that looks like as it releases gas once it's hit. All right, so we'll do the 100 yards first. See if we can get this in the first crack here. I'm just going to hold the difference off of that zero. Should be able to get it. And we definitely hit it. I don't know what that's going to look like through the HYDRA, but we will find out. Perfect. Oh, fuck. All right, we're gonna have to do a take 2 because I wasn't recording. So we'll do a take 2 real quick. Take 2. We definitely hit it, and those CO2 cartridges actually pack some punch, so we will actually record this one so you guys can see what that looks like. Okay, I am recording. And we hit it again. So it will be interesting to see what that looks like through the Hydra. So the next target I've got is down at 320 yards. Give me just a second to get the Hydra on that. We got the second target at 340 yards, and we'll take a crack at that. See what that looks like through the Hydra. Hopefully I'm smart enough to record this time. All right, we are recording. Should be 1.1 mils. Let's see if we can get this in a shot or two. It's a small target for 340. And we nailed it. So before I call that a absolute for sure hit, I'm gonna walk down there and make sure that that was a clean hit. But that CO2 cartridge is gone, and I'm very interested in both. Is the Hydra picking up that trace, and what does that gas release look like? So I'll be back with you in just a minute here. All right, we are recording. Should be 1.1 mils. Let's see if we can get this in a shot or two. It's a small target for 340. And we nailed it. All right, so we got some really good testing in today. I'm curious to see what this looks like on the camera, if we will be able to see the trace, the heat signature of the bullet, the same way that we would see regular bullet trace through a spotting scope or whatever. And I'm pretty confident that we probably will. This the resolution on this Hydra is incredible, as you guys saw. And we'll get this mounted up on something soon and get some actual footage shooting through the Hydra. So that worked out good. The test load with the 175 burgers, I was really happy with that at 100 yards. We only did a 3-shot group because I haven't even finished load development with this. Typically, I shoot a 175 match burner. We switched to 178 ELDX, which the rifle was okay with that, but it didn't shoot the same kind of grouping that it typically does with those match burners. So I ordered in some burgers, the 175 OTMs, and nice little cloverleaf group. I'm guessing that was probably somewhere between a 1/4 minute and a 1/2 minute. I mean, it's all touching, so really small group at 100 yards. Even though it's just a 3-shot group, we're doing some other testing today. I'm very curious to see how that gas release worked out on the CO2 cartridges, because again, when a pressurized CO2 cartridge releases that gas, it's about the same temperature as liquid nitrogen, which is roughly 320 degrees below zero. So very curious to see what that actually is going to look like cold on thermal versus hot on thermal. I'm sure we'll be able to see it. So we did have that first one. I wasn't recording, nailed the shit out of it, but then we got the one at 100 on the second shot. And then first shot at 340, we did drill that one, and I can't even find pieces of it down there. So hopefully that's on camera as well. And then just to make absolutely sure, we did put another one down there. We'll see if that shows up on camera. But I would call this some very successful testing, and we'll see what that looks like on camera when I get back. We'll get this video edited for you guys, and hopefully we find some really good stuff with this. I'm going to be doing a ton of testing with this DNT HYDRA and whatnot over the next month and a half or so, and I'll give you guys some really good footage with that. So stay tuned, check back in, and God bless. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching. Peace.